Hi, Charlie.
Hello.
Thank you for inviting us here to.
Well, welcome to sunny Orlando.
Thank you so much. So you're the guy running this fantastic golfing facility in Orlando.
Yes.
Season.
Yes. We opened the Tranquilo Golf Club in the fall of 2014 when the Four Seasons Resort opened, and the golf course has gone through some transition because it actually opened in 1992 as the Osprey Ridge Golf Course. It was one of the many golf courses that Disney operated and owned, and there was two golf courses here, Osprey Ridge and Eagle Pines. And you know, over the years here in Orlando, like a lot of destinations, they built a lot of golf courses, and you know, as Orlando expanded the amount of golf, the play was going down and down. So Disney decided to downsize their golf, and Eagle Pines was removed, and they're building houses on it in a really beautiful community called Golden Oak. And then the Osprey Ridge Golf Course was sold to the Four Seasons. So Tom Fazio was brought back in to do some updates to the golf course. And we updated the greens, we rebuilt bunkers and put some new bunkers in to make it a little more challenging. And so if I were to tell your golfers in your country about this resort, it's actually a great combination because the golf course has been around for over 20 years, so it has a very mature look and feel to it, yet the hotel is brand new and it's just gorgeous.
Playing the course is giving the experience that you are not in Orlando. You're playing some narrow holes, some beautiful looking surroundings. The holes looks like they have been there forever, and you're really tested as a player, and also you're so. The nature is such a big part of the experience here.
Well, that's the story behind our name. The name is Tranquilo, which is the word tranquil. And tranquil just speaks to how peaceful it is out there. It's very unique in the sense that there are no homes on the golf course, which, you know, in Florida, that is very unique. So we're blessed to have a beautiful piece of land that has been a part of the Disney World complex, you know, for decades. And so you're out there. It's a very it's like a nature preserve out there. There's deer, wild turkey running around, and it's just very quiet. We're not near any airports, so the customers, when they play the golf course, they are able to just really enjoy, you know, the beautiful Florida weather, and it really takes the stress out of travel when you're out in an environment like that.
Yeah. We played it yesterday, and the wildlife experiences was just an add-on to a perfect day. To be honest, great. You had a PGA event this weekend.
Yes. To answer your question, last week we hosted the Diamond Resorts Invitational. It's a charity event that raises money for the Florida Hospital for Children. Over the years, it's grown from being a one-day event to now it's a multi-day event. This year was the first time that the PGA Tour champions were involved, as well as LPGA players. And then there were celebrities. So most of the celebrities were sports athletes here from the U.S., a lot of baseball players and some football players. And it was just a great gathering of people who appreciate the game of golf, and to be able to raise money for, you know, children here in Orlando that are struggling through some medical issues. It just warms the heart that you're able to, you know, that our game of golf has that side to it where most professional events are all about giving money back and giving back to the communities. So Last week, it was a very unique format. It was a modified Stableford scoring system, so the players were rewarded for making birdies and eagles with points. And there was the professional field and the celebrity field, and they were both competing for separate purses. They were all playing from the same tee box. So the ladies and the champion players were competing from the same tee box, and the celebrities were on the same, and that made for some great interaction between the players. And when we spoke to the professionals, they were excited to play with some of their heroes and famous baseball players to learn about how they handle pressure. And then likewise, the athletes were marveling at the beautiful golf swings and how well the champion players or the LPGA players play the game of golf, and they were learning how to manage their game and manage the golf course.
Yeah, fantastic. So the feedback from the players and the celebs and normally from your guests from a day here, that is normally what?
Well, as the feedback that we've been receiving since we reopened the golf course, it's been extremely positive. As you experienced yourself yesterday, the wildlife on the golf course is very peaceful, and when people are on vacation, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for an experience that they can remember and talk about when they go back home. And the people ask, well, Charlie, what is the Four Seasons experience? And it's not something very complicated. It's just you want someone to enjoy their time and feel like they receive their money's worth, but also just creating memories of a lifetime.
What's the idea about having real golf balls on the driving range?
Well, it's a simple thing as putting out a premium practice ball that those little touches that someone might remember and talk about when they go home. That at the Four Seasons, they have the Pro V1 practice balls just like they have on the professional tours.
Yeah.
And that's something that we like to hear, that people enjoy that nice quality like that.
Great. So, and let's say that you come in after a round of golf and you have some issues with your game. You can get instruction and from the PGA professionals here?
Yes, we have 3 PGA professionals, including myself, and we can certainly help somebody. When you always want to find out what the person is having issues with, and for most people it's not hitting the ball too consistently. So we try to focus in on what you're doing well and see if we can give you some tips on continuing to hit it well.
Sure. What is the best golf advice you have received?
Best advice I've ever received? Well, it's a simple thing regarding practice. And most golfers, they like to go to the driving range and just hit drivers and full swings all the time. And my advice that I received that I try to pass on to any student is, spend as much time putting as you do on the driving range working on your full swing. And that's something that most people don't really think about. They just hit a few putts and they think that's all that's needed. But every single time you touch the ball with your putter counts the same as hitting a full swing with a driver. So I always try to emphasize 1-to-1 ratio. For if you spend an hour on the driving range with your full swing, you need to spend an hour putting and chipping. If you really look at putting, the actual physical nature of putting, it is very simple. I think what people struggle with becomes a little more mental. As you get into competitive golf, or you're playing for a little bet with your friends, or you're playing in a tournament, the simple becomes difficult for some reason, and it becomes something that is in between this space right here, in your head. So what I've learned over the years is to try to help somebody in that situation by developing a routine.
There was a guy shooting 59 here during the PGA tournament this weekend, and I have to be honest, this course isn't easy. You have some tricky tee shots, you have some decision to make on every hole, you have slopey greens, you have fast greens, you don't want to be on the wrong side of the pin. There's a lot of beautiful water hazards. So you will be tested out there, and even so, the scoring was very, very good.
To me, I think it's great. I mean, that's what makes it exciting when people make a lot of a birdie and do great scores like that. Because if you really look at, they had a statistic on the Golf Channel, over 1 million rounds have been played on the PGA Tour. And now we're up to 9 rounds are below 60. So there's no problem with that. Let's make the game fun. It doesn't need to be, the course doesn't need to be set up so difficult. I'm one of those professionals that believe it's hard enough as it is. Let's make it fun. We want people to continue to want to play. So I like seeing low scores. Now, last week, the gentleman who shot the 59 here, Woody Austin, he said that the longest putt that he made was 15 feet. So he said his iron game was so good, he was hitting the ball very close to the flag that day, and he made a lot of putts as well. But he just had a wonderful day, and I was really happy to see that.
Great. And he ended up winning.
And he ended up winning, that's right.
Being the golf manager at this fantastic facility, I have to ask you, what makes a good golf club?
I've been a golf professional for 25 years, and when I look at the really great golf clubs, it starts with the members and the people that are we as golf professionals and the staff serve. You know, what type of place does the member want the place to be? And I always look at it as I would want a club that I want to be at, I feel comfortable at, that they know me, and they know me by name, and they know my preferences on, you know, when I like to play, and so to me, it's treating people the way you want to be treated, and that's the philosophy we have here at Tranquilo, and it's the Four Seasons philosophy.
Great. Your proudest professional moment?
Well, my proudest professional moment was in 2004 when I was working at a brand new facility in South Carolina. I had the honor of introducing Jack Nicklaus to the grand opening of the golf course, and you know, what do you say about Jack Nicklaus? I knew I was going to be doing that, and I thought, do I need to go and read all of his accomplishments? And I thought better of it, and I just said, you know what, the man doesn't need any resume reading, so I just, you know, introduced Jack Nicklaus to our members there, and that was a very proud moment for me.
Great. That leads me to one of my final questions, but
Okay.
One I like to ask golfers: your dream foursome,
Well,
and who you would pick as your partner.
my dream foursome would start with Arnold Palmer, and unfortunately we just lost Arnold last year here in Orlando. I think he just represents everything great about the game. A gentleman, you know, a smile, reaching out to others like he did, and giving back. He gave back to the community through the Arnold Palmer Hospital here in Orlando, but he also gave back to the fans. He always would look people in the eye. He would always make his signature that you could read his name, and he always showed appreciation to people who appreciated him. And so just that humbleness is something I admire about Arnold Palmer. And then, you know, I would like probably to add, you know, Jack Nicklaus and then Tiger Woods to that. So nothing too fancy. It's just let me have these great golfers, and I would just like to be there to listen to them talk and hear what they have to say, and so that would be my dream foursome.
Why golf, Charlie?
Why golf? Well, you know, as I grew up playing, my father taught me the game, and I played soccer in college here in the U.S. and I like the fact that, you know, being on a team and all the aspects of being a contributor to a team. But I've always loved golf because it's something that I'm in control of. I can be as good as I want to be, or I can be, you know, as bad as I want to be. It's up to me. I don't have to rely on others to make the performance good or not. You know, I love the environment of serving others, and golf, you know, most people are very happy to be at a golf course, so that positive energy is something that I really relish in.
Which hole would you say, hey guys, take a special note on this hole, this is our signature hole? Where if you should pick a couple holes,
well,
where would it be?
I mean, what jumps to mind right away is the last hole, our 18th hole. It's a par 3. There you go. That's very unique to have a par 3 finishing hole. It's the most difficult par 3 on the golf course, and in many respects, when you talk to our members, they say it's the most difficult hole on the golf course. So to finish on a difficult hole, that's probably the biggest challenge for Tranquilo, is to make a par on your last hole here.
You're only safe when you are in the clubhouse.
That's correct. I want to extend the invitation out because Tranquilo is open to the public. You know, we certainly would love to see folks staying here at our hotel and enjoying all the beauty of our resort. However, if someone is just visiting Orlando and is playing multiple golf courses, Tranquilo can certainly be added to your itinerary as one of the golf courses to play. We're open to the public, and you know, we would love to have them come out and play Tranquilo. You know, one of the really great aspects of Tranquilo is that we do embrace having the whole family together. We have these special golf carts that ride 4 together. So we, you know, really encourage the kids to be with the parents, and we have clubs for juniors that can be rented. And so yeah, we like to see the whole family out on the golf course. That's the only way we can really grow this game. Come to Florida.
We will. Thank you so much,
You're
Charlie.
welcome. My pleasure. Nice meeting you.
Pleasure.